Judd Hirsch is an American actor whose long career has made him one of the most recognizable and respected performers in television, film, and stage work. Born in New York City, he became known for his intelligent, often dryly humorous screen presence, and for his ability to portray characters who felt grounded, quick-witted, and deeply human. Over the course of many decades, he has worked steadily across multiple generations of entertainment, earning major awards and a reputation for consistency, craft, and range. Judd Seymour Hirsch was born on March 15, 1935, in the Bronx, New York City, into a Jewish family. He grew up in a working-class environment shaped by the diversity and energy of New York. His background influenced the kinds of roles he later became known for, especially characters with a strong urban sensibility, emotional realism, and a practical way of speaking and thinking. He attended DeWitt Clinton High School in the Bronx, then studied engineering at City College of New York. Before turning fully to acting, he served in the United States Army. That period of service and the discipline that came with it became part of the life experience he brought to his later performances. Hirsch did not begin his career as a child star or with immediate fame. Instead, he entered acting through theater and gradually built his reputation in television and stage productions. Like many actors of his generation, he worked his way up through smaller roles and live performance, developing a sharp understanding of timing, character, and dialogue. His early work showed the qualities that would define his career later on. He had a natural ability to make ordinary conversations sound revealing and dramatic. He could play frustration, skepticism, warmth, and intelligence in ways that felt effortless. His breakthrough on television came with the sitcom 𝗟𝗚𝗚𝗏, which premiered in 1978. On the show, he played Alex Rieger, a thoughtful and often exasperated cab driver trying to make sense of his life while working alongside a group of eccentric co-workers. 𝗟𝗚𝗏 became one of the most acclaimed television comedies of its era, praised for its writing, ensemble cast, and balance of humor with melancholy. Hirsch's performance was central to that success. He gave Alex a sense of maturity and emotional depth that served as a contrast to the more flamboyant personalities around him. He won 2 Emmy Awards for this role and became widely known to audiences across the United States. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 was important not only because it made him famous, but because it established his public identity as an actor who could anchor ensemble work without overpowering it. He had the kind of screen presence that made scenes feel believable. Even when he was delivering comedy, he grounded the material in real feeling. That talent allowed him to move later into other kinds of roles without being trapped by one image. After 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, he continued appearing in television and film productions, often portraying fathers, professionals, authority figures, and men whose intelligence was matched by a certain skepticism or emotional restraint. In the 1980s and 1990s, Hirsch maintained a strong presence in both television and film. He appeared in the sitcom Dear John, where he played John Lacey, a divorced teacher navigating life, relationships, and parenthood. The series demonstrated again that he was especially effective in roles built around adult experience, rather than youthful idealism. He was also a recurring or guest performer in several other television projects over the years, and his name carried the kind of reliability that made producers and audiences trust him in a role. Hirsch also made his mark in film. One of his best-known movie roles came in Ordinary People in 1980, where he played Dr. Tyrone C. Berger, a psychiatrist helping a troubled family deal with grief and emotional distance. The film was a critical success and won the Academy Award for Best Picture. Hirsch's role was not the largest in the film, but it was memorable because of the calm, perceptive authority he brought to it. He was able to create a character who listened carefully and spoke with purpose. That quality became one of his signature strengths on screen. Throughout his career, he demonstrated a willingness to work in a wide range of genres. He appeared in dramas, comedies, thrillers, and character-driven films. He often specialized in roles where the audience could sense a complex inner life beneath a relatively understated exterior. This made him well-suited to parts involving family tension, professional conflict, or moral ambiguity. His performances rarely felt flashy, but they were precise and effective. He understood how to make small gestures, pauses, and changes in tone matter. In theater, Hirsch also built a serious and respected body of work. Stage acting requires a different kind of discipline from screen acting, and he proved he could command live audiences as well. He appeared in Broadway and off-Broadway productions, continuing to expand his artistic range. Theater allowed him to explore deeper emotional and dramatic material, and it reinforced his reputation as a skilled craftsman rather than simply a television star. His stage work reflected a commitment to the actor's craft that extended beyond celebrity. As the decades passed, Hirsch remained active rather than fading from view. He became one of those performers whose career developed across eras, allowing him to remain familiar to older audiences while being discovered by newer ones. In later years, he appeared in popular television series, guest roles, and films that introduced him to younger viewers. He was able to adapt to the changing landscape of entertainment without losing the core qualities that made him distinctive. A major late career moment came with his role in the film The Fabelmans in 2022, directed by Steven Spielberg. Hirsch played Boris, the cantankerous and forceful uncle of the young protagonist's mother. The performance was brief in screen time but highly praised, and it brought him renewed attention. He received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor for the role. This nomination was especially notable because it came so late in his career, recognizing both his longevity and his continued power as a performer. The role showed that even after many decades, he could still create a fully realized character in a limited amount of time. One of the reasons Judd Hirsch has endured for so long in the public memory is that he has consistently seemed authentic. He rarely projected a manufactured star image. Instead, he came across as someone who belonged in the worlds he portrayed. Whether playing a cab driver, teacher, psychiatrist, father, uncle, or professional man, he brought a believable mixture of wit, irritation, intelligence, and vulnerability. That made him valuable in ensemble casts and memorable in supporting parts, while still allowing him to lead shows successfully. Personal life. Judd Hirsch has generally kept his personal life more private than many public figures. He has been married more than once and is the father of children. He was married to actress Elisa Sidoni, with whom he had a son. He later married Bonnie Sue Aaron, and that marriage also produced children. Hirsch has spoken in public from time to time about family, parenthood, and the responsibilities of balancing work with private life, but he has not built his public identity around celebrity gossip or personal disclosure. He has often been regarded as someone who values a relatively low-key personal profile. Unlike entertainers whose private lives dominate their public image, Hirsch has usually allowed his work to speak for itself. That restraint fits the broader character of his career. He has always seemed more interested in the quality of the performance than in self-promotion. This may be one reason he has remained respected over such a long span. Audiences have tended to see him as a serious actor first and a celebrity second. Hirsch's background as a New Yorker and Jewish American also forms an important part of his identity. Those roots shaped both his sense of humor and the kinds of roles he was able to play convincingly. The city-bred quality he brought to his performances often gave his characters a directness and edge. He has also represented an older generation of actors who came up through classical roots of training, theater, and steady professional work rather than through modern fame-driven pathways. Across his career, he has received recognition for his contributions to entertainment, especially through Emmy Awards and later Academy Award attention. Yet his influence is broader than trophies. He has been a model of longevity, discipline, and adaptability. He has shown that an actor can build a remarkable career through consistency, timing, and emotional intelligence, rather than constant reinvention. Many of his performances, especially on television, have become part of the history of American screen comedy and drama. Judd Hirsch's biography is ultimately the story of an actor who matured with his audience. He began in a post-war American entertainment world and remained active into the 21st century, bridging different generations of television and film. He brought intelligence to comedy, wit to drama, and humanity to nearly every part he played. His career stands as evidence that strong acting does not always depend on spectacle. Sometimes it depends on clarity, timing, and the ability to make a character feel real. Hirsch has done that for decades, and that is why he remains such a significant figure in American acting.